Hopefully you won't get the bus driver that made us seasick or bus sick.
Bus sick, yes. I felt like I needed to take some Dramamine. The guy, there are certain roads that you cannot take an RV onto. Okay, there is also roads that have height restrictions.
Should also mention this, shower facilities, not in the park.
No.
But
I will say this. Can I just say this straight up?
All right, in today's video, we're going to talk about another favorite destination of the leaf peepers during fall foliage.
There you go.
In the Northeast, and that is Acadia National Park on Mount Desert Island near Bar Harbor, Maine.
There you go. Absolutely. This is going to be a longer video. It's going to be more in-depth, specifically about the park and all kinds of things there. So get out your notepad. Here we go.
Yes, watch it twice. There is lots of information to get through, so let's jump right in.
Absolutely.
Okay. So, again, it's located near Bar Harbor. That is south and east of Bangor, Maine. And that's called the Down East portion of Maine. All right, so Acadia National Park has 2 campgrounds.
Yes, they do.
But there are lots of other private campgrounds.
Absolutely.
But here's what you need to know about the national park campgrounds,
yes,
okay?
Especially in Maine.
Yeah, so the largest RV is 35 feet.
Okay.
So if you're bigger than that, you are likely going to be challenged to find a space in either Blackwoods or Seawall.
You probably will have to get one of the, the public or private RV parks to do it.
Yes. Yes, and there are plenty of those. So let's start at Blackwoods. We stayed there one night. That is over on the east side of Mount Desert Island, sort of right on off the Park Loop Road.
Absolutely.
Now, here's a little bit of a caveat.
Oh.
Park Loop Road and a couple of other places have height restrictions. So you are going to have to go in a very specific way. Okay. Now, Blackwoods, it is in a better location.
Yes.
It's closer to and easier to see some of the main attractions in the park.
Right.
But it is tighter.
Very snug.
Yes. And again, there aren't a lot of larger spaces there, okay?
No.
So, yeah.
We were in there, but we filled the slot. We filled the site.
Filled the site. It wasn't level. We were only able to get a single night reservation there.
In a way, I was kind of glad we only had a single night there.
Yeah, the roads are narrow through the loops. But again, it is convenient.
Right. Restrooms were nice and clean. They look like they'd just been renovated, which is nice. When we were to leave and you had to do a dump there, what do you think of the dump station?
Yeah, it was okay.
But it had ballards.
Yeah,
and
so
at least for us, which you might need to keep this in mind, the ballards blocked where we had to get in to do the dumping.
Yeah, so we couldn't fill our water and dump our waste at the same time.
No.
Because of the placement of the ballards. And you had to aim your door for the, to get your sewer hose out and everything. So it just wasn't the ideal. So we took more time than we needed to.
Right.
The sites are non-electric, no amenities on the sites.
Nope.
They're $30 a night. So just be prepared for that.
Right.
I actually probably would say that's not the preferred place
I
to
probably
stay.
wouldn't camp at Blackwood again.
Not in an RV.
Not in an RV.
Right.
No.
All right. So let's jump over to Seawall.
Seawall.
And that is sort of more on the west side or central. I don't know.
Yeah, I'll show it on the map. Yeah.
And it's a little bit more remote. It has a very nice coastline area.
Very nice.
Nearby.
Beautiful.
And across the street, there's a picnic area. It's in a little beach.
Yes.
Which is awesome. Now, I believe RVs are sort of quarantined to Loop C.
Yes.
It's a little bit more open. The
Mhm.
roads are a tiny bit more
Manageable. However,
applicable.
there's a height restriction. Keep this also in mind, and they don't always trim back the trees. Keep that in mind. Drive
Yes.
through there carefully.
Yes,
Mhm.
exactly. And not all the spaces are level.
Oh,
We were really our front jack has never been so high, and
no,
we still weren't level.
she was up there.
And
She was.
we tried to pull in a different way and
It just didn't
make things
work.
right. It didn't work. So,
I mean, but we camped there, but it was,
but I will say a lot of the restroom facilities were renovated,
yes.
so they were nice.
We had two restroom facilities within walking distance.
Yes, and there are common water fill
Hmm.
spigots.
Hmm.
Uh,
Water doesn't taste the greatest, though. I'll tell you that.
oh yeah,
Hmm.
I think we ended up dumping some of it
Yes.
and getting new water.
Yes.
Should also mention this: shower facilities,
Hmm.
not in the park,
No.
but in both of these locations nearby, at Seawall over at the general store,
Hmm. And near Blackwood.
right outside the entrance to Blackwood.
But I will say this. Can I just say this straight up?
Mm,
You know,
mm-mm.
I'd rather do a bucket bath than the shower
Yeah.
experience. It's not that it was dirty. It just, I was not happy with the experience.
I think that was a little bit of a rant from both of
Oh,
us.
ooh, yeah. I'm not going to
And
Cub score it, but I'll just tell you D or F. I don't know. D minus F. It was, I don't do it.
well, the other issue, if you do, at least for the one near Blackwoods that we use,
Hmm.
not kept terribly clean.
Nope.
Several out of order,
Yes.
like nearly half.
Hmm.
They tried to get information. We're very good about that
Hmm.
online in
Hmm.
advance.
Hmm.
It's only cash. You got to have quarters. They have change machines there. It had said online it was $2 for 4 minutes, so we brought money accordingly.
Hmm.
We got there. It was $3 for 4 minutes.
4 minutes.
For 4 minutes, and I don't think it ran
I
4
would love to
minutes.
run a timer on that 4 minutes.
Yeah,
Because, yeah, I ended up, we're thrifty, okay? I ended up taking most of my shower, okay, in the sink.
yeah, because
Because
it shut off. On
it shut
you.
off on us. It's like,
Yeah,
what?
so it wasn't a good experience.
No. So shower facilities, they don't exist in the campgrounds.
Right.
If you have to buy them, but be prepared for the experience.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's take a quick break.
Yep.
We know there's a lot of information in this video, and we do
Mhm.
these in depth sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully, you'll stick around to the end.
Mm-hmm.
But if you're enjoying the content
Yes.
that you are seeing in this and other videos, hit that like button because it helps our channel to continue growing.
Absolutely. And visit our websites. That helps us stay on the road and continue presenting you with great content like this.
Exactly. All right, so moving right along, what is next on the list?
Activities. What do you do in Arcadia National Park?
Oh, wow. So if you've never been up there, there's so much to do. There's so many potential hikes. There's potential just even short strolls,
Mm-hmm.
biking the carriage roads.
Mm-hmm. It was my first time.
Yeah.
It was my first time. And I'm just going to go straight into the carriage roads because I absolutely loved it. I mean, there are bridges, wonderful bridges on the carriage roads. I could see enjoying the leaf peeping on a carriage road with the gorgeous
Absolutely.
leaves all around you, going across the stone bridges. It was absolutely a highlight.
And if you're in an RV, if you don't have a separate vehicle or you're not in a smaller like van type vehicle or truck camper, and you need to keep your RV somewhere, you can park. If you're staying in the campground, you can leave it there in the campground and take those shuttle buses
Mm-hmm.
all around Mount Desert Island,
Mm-hmm.
and all the major points of
Mm-hmm.
interest.
Right.
The buses also have bike racks.
Yes.
Okay. So, and then you can also park at the visitor center.
Mm-hmm.
There's oversized and Jordan Pond House.
Yes.
There's oversized parking as well. Check out our video on our top 3 RV parking pet peeves.
Yes, and we talk about our visit to Arcadia.
We do. So,
And this is what we're referring to.
yeah, so you will find some challenges with the oversized parking there, but check out that video because I'm not going to go into another rant here.
No.
But so you can bike those carriage roads. I really like using Jordan Pond House as a jumping off point, even
There-
though it's super busy there.
Right. There's enough decisions or directions you can go. It can be very central to the
Yes.
carriage roads. So you can go more mountainous, or you can go along, along the lakes or ponds, so it's nice.
Yes. The only downfall is you cannot bike the private carriage roads, and they'll be signed, and that's sort of to the south.
Right.
So, so just watch out for that. But it's a great way to see the bridges, and like you said, the foliage when it's turning will just be spectacular.
Yes, absolutely.
So I agree.
Absolutely.
That is a
Absolutely.
great thing to do.
Yes.
Also, some of the top highlights: Sand Beach.
Mm-hmm.
It is one of the rarities in the world.
Yes.
Did you know that?
I read it when I got there.
Exactly. So we're not going to tell you, because go check it out yourself. But make sure you stop at Sand Beach. You might think, other than not blue water, that you're in the Caribbean or
Yes.
some other island.
It's a little cool. We'll say on that point with
It
water.
is.
Yes. Then there's Thunder Hole.
Yes.
Yes.
That is, and you can actually, there's an ocean walk from Sand Beach all the way down to, is it Otter Point?
Right. And it's not that long of a hike. It's a little bit of a hike.
It's a little bit, but definitely you could do between Sand Beach and Thunder Hole, and that's a great little walk, and kind of check out that.
Well, let's talk about Bar Harbor.
Bahaba.
Okay. It is one of the major cities, very touristy. Cruise ships come in.
They do.
And I mean, it's popular. It feels very touristy. So if you want yourself a t-shirt, of Arcadia, you'll know where to find it. It's in Bar Harbor. There are many t-shirts.
Wow, so many. Funny enough, I did get a tank. Which, so as much.
I was joking about all of the t-shirts, and then he goes, "Ooh, there's a tank I like, and it's on sale. I'm going to get it."
I should have worn that for this video.
You should have. Oh well.
But and there are lots of great little restaurants, ice cream shops. You can get fudge.
Oh.
The Jordan Pond House, I love for the ice cream and the fudge.
Yes.
It's the best.
Yeah. Now that's Jordan Pond
House
in
Bar
Bar
Harbor.
Harbor. Yes. Don't get confused with the Jordan Pond place. Yes.
Exactly. Well, and we did something different for lunch. We got stuffed big baked potatoes.
Oh, that place was delicious. And they were like massive potatoes. I was full for like
so
hours.
full,
Oh,
so
it was
full.
delicious. Let's take a break.
Let's take a quick break.
Yes.
And I'm going to say, go ahead and subscribe. Hit that bell for notifications, because you find out when we post new content, which is at least twice a week.
And comment below. We like your comments. We love to
your
respond. Absolutely.
All right. Oh, where do we jump next on this?
The last one. Let's see. What do we say? Okay. Here is a question that we wanted to answer for you. Is Arcadia National Park RV friendly? Now we're going to put quotations in the friendly, okay? Because as you've heard, we gave you a little hints all the way through here. So, is it RV friendly?
Yes and
no. Okay. There are certain roads that you cannot take an RV onto. Okay?
Yes.
Cadillac, you cannot take an RV up there.
Yes. Yes.
Okay, there is also roads that have height restrictions. I talked about those wonderful bridges for carriage roads. Well, you're going to encounter some of those on normal roads. That means you have to go underneath them. You cannot with certain heights for RVs.
Yes. And you can find that map on the National Park Service website in advance. And just make sure you double check at the visitor center if you need to. So you know where those are and which direction you want to go, and they are all signed.
Yes.
I will make one note on that. I think it's the road that goes east-west. Is it 233?
Yes, I think it is. Yes.
So it says there's a 12-foot height restriction, but that is at the outer edges. The center of the bridge was plenty tall.
Right.
And so
now you might have to sneak to the center line and kind of go through there to hit that just right.
Right.
But, you need to be aware of this. And because of that, that is the reason we're saying you're hearing a lot about the bus system. The bus system is actually really good. I found it amazing how well it got around the park. You can do the loop, the park loop. You can definitely get from one side of Arcadia to the other by bus. It's great.
And hopefully you won't get the bus driver that made us seasick or bus sick.
Bus sick, yes. I felt like I needed to take some Dramamine. The guy, yeah, please, no.
Yeah, absolutely. I would say go there, park your RV. If you do have a tow vehicle, that's great. Go around in that. If you don't, use that bus system. Don't be afraid to bike.
No.
Still try and use the oversized parking areas. You might be a little bit frustrated, but give it a try and just watch those restrictions. So, and if you camp in the park campgrounds, if you fit that 35-foot limit, choose seawall. It's a little bit farther out and you'll be on the bus a little bit longer, but I think it was worth it.
Absolutely.
We also didn't mention Southwest Harbor is a great little town on that side.
It's a tiny little town. It's not as touristy as Bar Harbor. So if you don't want a touristy spot, go there. There's a great wine and cheese shop.
There is lots of interesting wines from around the world and cheeses like you've never seen.
Oh, it was nice.
And ice cream shop and etc.
Yeah.
So another great little place to stop if you're on that side of the island. And I would say go ahead and enjoy yourself. If you do want a few more amenities like pool, etc., you can stay at one of the other campgrounds. There's one, again, on the bus route, sort of past Seawall, that's over by the lighthouse there. And we made that walk out to the lighthouse, which was fun as well. So many things to do. We could go on and on. If you want more information, drop a comment, send us an email, and we're always happy to respond.
Would we return?
Absolutely. I love Acadia.
Absolutely. I thought it would be a great place for leaf peeping because there's so many trees there. You would feel like you're in the middle of it, almost living in the leaf peeping season.
So what do we give the overall experience?
A.
Yeah, it's an A for me, even despite some of the aggravations of the oversized parking.
Right.
Check out that video.
You do. Check that guy out.
All right. In the meantime, keep on trekking.